solid technology. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Steve Taylor Community Connection Show. Hey, I am so glad, Terry Crosby, to bring you a special, special guest this morning. We have in our studios TaSheena Hogue from Tangible Habits, LLC. TaSheena, beautiful, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely great, and thank you so much for coming in. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to start off this really, really light, and I just want you to tell our audience, who are you? Because I know you just briefly, but I know you, and I know you do great work in the community, but we want to get more into who you are. So can you just briefly explain to us who you are?
Yes, thank you. So I am TaSheena Hogue. It's Hogue like Rogue or Vogue.
Right.
But yes, I am born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. I'm an alumni of Central Catholic High School. Yes, go
Let's
Irish.
go Irish.
I also attended the University of Toledo, where I got my bachelor's in speech and language pathology. And then I went on to my master's program at the University of Cincinnati, where I went to become a behavior analyst in the field of education.
Right, right. Absolutely. And I understand your business now has been going Tangible Habits,
Yes.
LLC, for
Absolutely.
what, 4 or 5 years?
Actually, officially, it's been going on its third year.
Okay.
Third year this past February.
Right.
February 3rd of 2023 was when I officially launched it. Yes.
Okay. And so just, just tell us a little bit about your passion in life. I mean, obviously, you do the work with the kids in regards to their behavior. I know you associate yourself with teachers
Yes.
and administrators, which I'm just so impressed with. You work with the education system, but just go through the normal process and where your passion comes from.
Absolutely. So I started in the field about 2013.
Right.
I started as a paraprofessional. I was working directly with the kids in the schools, in the classroom. And from there, that kind of just lit a passion for me to just want to be able to move forward with working with the kids, kind of that direct one-on-one care support.
Right.
And so with that, I ended up going and getting my master's degree in what's called applied behavior analysis.
Applied behavior analysis.
Yes,
Okay.
ABA.
Right.
A lot of families will know that as ABA therapy.
Okay.
It's typically a therapy that is used or worked with individuals with autism.
Right.
However, ABA therapy could be used with anything in life because behavior is within everything that we do.
Right. Absolutely.
So went on to get that degree. And from there, I worked in residential settings. I worked in clinics, schools, daycares, and directly with the parents in their home and in the community. From there, it just kind of sparked the idea of I was able to assist and work with these kids and these individuals, staffing one-on-one. But then I said, hey, you know what? How about I expand the outreach? How about I tap into the community? How about I build this bridge, this gap to be able to support the families? So that's where the birth of Tangible Habits came about.
Right.
To become an independent consultant, being able to work with the school districts, being able to support their staff. So that's kind of like the start of where Tangible Habits came from.
Right. And is it something in your upbringing in regards to the passion side of it? Is it something in your upbringing? Because you're so good with these kids. I've seen you interact with these kids, and they're excited. I was excited watching you perform. And even you as an instructor, you were very excited. So, I mean, where does that passion come from?
Working with kids, it just really just fuels me. They have a lot of energy,
Right.
lots of energy, right? But also, too, sometimes, their communication early on is not as clear.
Right,
and we have these wants, these needs, but we don't actually say it the right way or ask for it the right way. So the passion behind working with kids is really because they fuel me just as much as I fuel them. But it's just an excitement because, again, you have to have someone who can tap into the kids at an early onset.
And be relatable.
Yes, yes. So myself, I'm a mother. I have a 9-year-old, almost 9. It's like, don't let him grow too fast on me. But almost 9-year-old. And just watching him grow every single milestone has been so exciting. So to tap into Tangible Habits and to be able to work with my kids, I've worked with families since 2013 to today, 2026, and seeing their growth and their progression and what they're doing is just, it fuels me.
Absolutely. And you know, we're so proud, the Taylor Automotive family, to support you and the work that you do. We really, really are. And you know, the work that you do with the kids is so really, really honorary. It really, really is. Because, you know, like I said earlier in this interview, when I came and watched you were getting just as much joy out of it as the kids were. You know what I mean? And that's so significant. So how are we moving forward? What is your goals to move forward?
Yes. So right now, one of our newer initiatives is what's called Tangible Ties. Tangible Ties is my sib shop. It's a community of siblings where we come together. I have two actually.
Right.
The first group of kids are for those that are siblings of an individual with a unique need. And the second group is for bio siblings, from who may have a sibling that's in the foster care or adoption. And with those opportunities, we get together monthly right now. And we meet for a few hours. We hang out. We get to do recreational activities, social emotional learning. We do different things as relates to being a sibling and talking about the hard part of being a sibling, right?
Y'all talk about that, right?
Oh, we do talk about, we have lots of fun, but we talk about what it is to be a sibling. And sometimes that role, we have to mature earlier than we may anticipate, right? Or sometimes we are unseen because maybe mom and dad are taking care of the sibling who has the need. So we kind of get put in the back burner. So this space is created for them to be seen, to be heard, and to find others who get it, who are experiencing their same experiences within their household.
Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely. What about your interaction with educators, teachers? Because I know you work with them too.
I do.
And some training classes and courses. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So right now, Tangible Habits, we offer professional development training. And coaching within whatever setting they're in. So whether it be the school classroom, whether it's in the home or the community, we come to you. That's the beauty with Tangible Habits. Our services are able to reach far and beyond just the building of where we are today. So those PDs that we have, we're working directly with the staff, helping them walk through and understand the students that they're serving. Their communication, why the behaviors are happening that they are experiencing, and how to respond proactively rather than reactively.
Remember that. Proactively rather than reactively.
Absolutely. Proactivity, right? We want to be ahead of the behavior because otherwise they're just going to continue to do it because every behavior is learned. And if it's reinforced, what's going to happen?
Absolutely.
It's going to keep happening.
Absolutely. And I believe you have a contract with Sylvania Schools.
I do, yes. I've been with Sylvania Schools for the past 4 school years. I am their behavior analyst. I love serving.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, it's been a pleasure to be able to work with all of the educators from the preschool all the way up to high school. And then being able to work with their care providers as well. Their speech therapists, occupational therapists. So we're tapping into the whole community within the school building. It's a culture shift,
right. Well, I would like to say, and I hope you can service me because I know you said you do something with brain trauma, and so I need to become one of your clients. I think.
Absolutely, yes. I have a little bit of experience.
Because I have no sense at all.
Oh, yes, you do. You got a big brain in it, right? But we want to protect our brain, our mindset, and our behaviors. But I used to serve adults with traumatic brain injuries as well.
And athletes.
So, yes, athletes as well.
You know, you got such a wonderful personality, a giving persona, a joyful persona. Thank you so much for coming in. And one last thing I want for you to share is if anybody needs to get in contact with you, they need all of your information, your email and everything else.
Yes. So you can find me at tangiblehabits.org. You can also email me at tangiblehabitsllc@gmail.com. And a good phone number is 567-280-0117.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed the Steve Taylor Community Connection. So we shall see you next time.
Thank you.
Everybody give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
All right, you guys sound great. You guys are live. 3, 2.
Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor's Community Connection, and welcome in, and certainly an honor and a privilege to have some really wonderful people in our community doing a great job lifting the culture bar in town. I'm going to introduce you to Leah, and Leah, you're going to introduce Rachel and Kevin, so
Sure.
go ahead.
My name is Leah Whitaker. I'm the Development Director here at Toledo Opera, and I'm here today to talk about our upcoming activities and events and our programs for the season. Here next to me, we have Rachael Cammarn. She's our Marketing and Communications Director. And then down there at the end, we've got our maestro, Kevin Bylsma, who is our Artistic Director. And you talk about culture, he puts the bar way up here.
Yeah, Kevin already told me before we started, he said, you're not really good enough to be here. So, he wanted me to wait outside, and then I started crying. And Kevin said, okay. He said, okay, I'll give you one shot.
Okay.
Listen, gang, what you're doing in our community is tremendous. Toledo Opera started in 1959. I think we talked about that. And again, breaking down so many culture barriers and doors of opening doors for people that, their conception of opera is one thing. The reality of opera is a whole nother thing, and what it brings into your life and how it makes you feel. And that being said, you're doing something with veterans. Talk about that.
So we all know that it's the America 250 year, and we got together as a team and thought about how we can, lend our voice to this remarkable celebration. So we're doing an America 250 opera style. And during the week of May 2nd through 9th, we're going to have an America 250 week, culminating in our Opera Gala. And we feel like this is a tribute to this region's part in the American story. So we're celebrating it through cars, but most importantly, we're celebrating it through our veterans community. And we have a strong partnership with the Lucas County Veterans Services Commission. And on May 2nd, we're going to have a Sing While You Work Day of Service. Opera staff.
No singing required.
We might have some singers there. Yes. But we have a group of volunteers that will come out. We're going to help the Veterans Grave Association prepare veterans' graves ahead of the Memorial Day annual flag placement. And then on May 5th, we're going to be at Con Weissenberger doing a free concert for veterans at that American Legion post, and hopefully we'll have some food trucks and great singing. We're going to have our resident artists there doing an America 250 concert. And then the culminating event for that week is our Opera Gala on May 9th at the Millbury Classic Cars and Trucks Museum. And this is really a journey through the America 250, and we're celebrating the soundtrack of American history. So we hope those who are listening can come out, volunteer, come to a concert, come to the gala, have a great time, celebrate America, and celebrate Toledo and Lucas County and our region's role in the American story.
Rachel and Kevin, it's too bad this young lady doesn't know.
I know.
I was going to ask her, could we get a little more detail? I don't have enough facts right now. This young lady knows her stuff. She's special. She knows it, and she represents you so very well. Rachel, what does it mean to you to be involved with the opera? I know you have a passion for it also. What does it mean to you?
Well, I think it is incredible that a community of our size has an opera company. Regional opera companies are unfortunately few and further in between as time goes on. So it really says something about Toledo that we have this high quality, world-class opera company that's been around for nearly 70 years, and we're hoping for another 70 years. Personally, it means a lot to me because I've been pursuing working with opera since I was a high schooler. So I'm really able to say
what got you interested in opera that young?
A resident teaching artist came to work with me in my school and said, oh, you should join the opera. At first I said, blah, I hate opera. That's dumb. And then the next year I said, I want to join the opera. So I've been pursuing it. So it is a passion, long held passion of mine. And I'm really glad to be here.
Well, now, Maestro, down to you. I thought I'd try to sing the the score to Man of La Mancha here right now and see if you think I have any potential at all. But Kev, how about for you? What's your opera story?
I had a grandmother who would take me to symphony concerts. I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on the west side of the state. We had a great symphony. And then when I got to be about 14 or 15, she said, I think it's time for you to also experience opera. And I was like, oh, opera? Why
Yeah.
that, and so she got tickets for us to see La Traviata of Verdi. And I was, maybe 10 rows from the front. And there were all these people around me who were like so entranced by the story and the singing that they were openly weeping.
Mhm.
I thought, this is incredible. People are so moved by this way of telling a story.
Yes.
And that's basically all that opera is. It's a story told through singing. And you get the combination of beautiful scenery, of great costumes, of an orchestra, of dance sometimes too, with powerful singing. It's kind of unbeatable. And so I fell in love with it. And I have been lucky enough ever since then to pursue opera as a pianist, being the orchestra for the shows, and now into more administrative work. So
That's
I'm
well
really
said.
lucky.
Well said, Maestro. And we're lucky and privileged and proud to have people of your quality leading the opera
Thank you.
in our community, because again, it means so very much. We're always trying to ameliorate the Toledo community in any way possible, and attending the opera is certainly one of those. If I ask each one of you separately, give me one thing that opera's meant to you personally, what would you say?
I'll start.
Okay.
I have
The
a big
boss
mouth.
is going to start.
I have the big mouth.
All right.
My dad is the piano tuner in town, so I was raised in
Okay.
an artsy kind of musical
Okay.
family, but I didn't want anything to do with it. So I did everything else but the arts as a professional, and came back to Toledo and came to the opera. And it was a little bit of a challenge because so much of our nonprofit and service work is rightfully focused on addressing critical needs and education and housing and things like that. And I had a real logical sort of cognitive disconnect about, is opera essential, especially coming out of a pandemic when we're just defining what is essential. Being in this company, though, and being a nonprofit administrative expert and fundraiser for all my years, I have never seen a program that has had such immediate and profound impact. And I say, you can watch the audience come into the Valentine Theater on a gray February day. They go in their coats and they're glum. By the time intermission hits, everybody's face has just brightened and livened. And by the time they leave the theater, people want to write checks. They just think it's the best thing. They can't wait till next season. And I have never seen a program with that kind of transformational power. And to me, that is essential. We need something to take us out of our everyday and take us to a world of beauty so that we can enjoy being a human being.
That is so well said. Rachel?
I think it was maybe Jane Goodall who said something along the lines of, spitting out facts to people don't change their minds.
Okay.
It's storytelling and shared experiences.
Agree
and
with
that
that.
to me
Really agree with that.
so encapsulates the experience of being at an opera, because we do modern operas, we do operas that are hundreds of years old, but these little nuggets, these themes that are in these operas are still relevant. We're able to connect them to what's going on in the Toledo community, and what better way to bring the community together, maybe change minds, maybe create this shared bond, is to tell this story in this really profound, powerful way. And I think that's how you move the heart of a community.
Maestro, well said.
Wow.
Beat that, Kevin.
I can't.
I quoted Jane Goodall.
What do you got?
Oh dear. For me, it's family. Our staff is small, mighty, and very close knit. Our opera chorus are people who come from every walk of life. We have a prison guard, we have a retired detective, we have educators, we have a personal chef. They all come together because they love this music, but they love each other and they love making music together, and they're devoted to this company. So every aspect of what our company is developing this idea of connection and of family. I mean, I was thrilled this past weekend. One of our longtime tenors in our opera chorus got married and asked me to be a groomsman.
Yes.
I've only been a groomsman 3 times in my life because I'm
Oh.
always playing for weddings.
Sure.
And I was so honored. I was like, driving back from the wedding, I was like, this is what our company is. Our company is, about telling great stories, but this company is about family. And I think that people feel that energy and that vibe.
So very well said. We've been privileged at Taylor to do thousands of these interviews. It's an honor. It's an honor to talk to somebody. If they give you their time and they're sharing their information with you, that's a privilege. And it's been a privilege, but I can honestly say that you three are some of the most articulate, informative, heartfelt people about their jobs that we've had on. So you should be proud of that. And we're honored to have you here today. And it's been great. And anybody wants to get involved with the opera, whether donating or physically getting involved, or how would they go
Singing
about
in the opera chorus?
Singing in the opera. Well, I'm going to try out, Kevin.
I've got a role for you and Aida.
Oh,
I do.
So we have different avenues to get involved.
Okay.
First and foremost, we do have the chorus. So if you'd like to try out, you're welcome to.
Okay.
If you are not super into the idea of singing with the opera chorus, you can join us as a super in some of productions. We have just extras, no singing required. You get a costume, you get to be on stage surrounded by all these powerful voices. If you would like to volunteer with the opera, the best way to do that would be to check out the Toledo Opera Guild, which is our auxiliary organization devoted to supporting our mission. And that's just our superstar team of volunteers.
And if you want to make a donation, we'll put my cell phone number flashing. I'm just kidding. ToledoOpera.org. You can go online, and we also have a very robust social media presence thanks to this genius right next to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we love your passion, and we love what you do. So it's been an honor to have you here. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor's Community Connection and Toledo Opera Fever. Catch it.